Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. All nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page on this regard. For I am signing off very important, very crucial closure of civil justice sign off for myself. For I am Vethapriya PROSE, right? And to be on the same page, yes, this civil justice, if I am going to read it out loud, you all will be aware what it is all about, right? And yes, little bit about me also I have to tell, right? And please do not mistake me, oh, this lady is bragging about herself like that. No, it's like part of my education, I have to tell it as a testimony, that is all. Right? So, yes, on the highest level, you all got it, right? Whatever wisdom I'm talking, it's given by God. God who created me from the dust is providing me that wisdom. That's how I'm able to talk. Right? Now, a little bit about me. Okay, I said I worked with the diversified, in the workplace, any gender, regardless of religious faith, right? Nationality, ethnicity, like that. But then, for one workplace where I worked, an African American woman was my boss. Okay, she was a vice president of that one of the division. It's a telecom, Verizon telecom. Okay, so then I was working only as a consultant. But then you all know, I already said how the managers, the higher level teams, they relate me with their work ethics, because how they became that leaders only because of their hard work like that. Then I become a, okay, I said how people fear me in the workplace, right? Then the other one is they address me as a whistleblower, right? Like, the whistleblower means it's not a good sign, right? Meaning, in a game, in a sport, referee will blow the whistle, and that means something went wrong in that sports, and people just stop immediately, and then people get fined or penalty is thrown, right? But then in the workplace, when they address it as a whistleblower, means the whistleblower is the one who displays the scam, displays the what went wrong upfront. That means for how long the people would be there. But then when I joined the team and then I provide means, then that becomes like I provided the timely saving help, right? So when workplace like software world, if it is going to be provided that way, then it's a lot of help for them, right? That's why people hire getting hired in the software world means they want to display the what went wrong more and also provide the solutions for that. So looking at my progressive skills and my hard working, that manager, the boss, she knew about my work ethics, right? So there were teams and then favoritism also. But then it's not my fault. Okay. Now beyond that part, it's a team recognition, it's a peer recognition, right? So she never says it out loud, or I never said it out loud, but it goes without saying because all the team people will be software developers, business, displaced in different states, they will be working, right? So then one fine day, what happened, wanted that my boss, the African American boss, the lady boss, wanted me to join them in the very important, very higher level of team meeting. And it was not in that location, it was in a different location, so must go early. I don't know whether you all, or any of my audience were in that situation one time or not. I just slept. I was late, When I slept, I was late. So I missed it. But then I sent an apology letter, the mail to the boss. And generally, the boss, like a higher level, they'll just do not like it, right? They'll just fire on the spot. But then she was able to handle it in a healthy way, and it was a good experience, right? See, right now I'm providing that as a testimony to you all. So what if I would have attended that meeting? That would have been in a different route, because I was the youngest in the team, among the team, and she wanted me to have that team meeting with the highest level of the officials, get it, the higher management team. So from my end, that itself is a healthy recognition, because for me it's God-given wisdom mode only. So from the team side, people were already there and they were not asked to go to that meeting with the very highest level meeting. It's a very important, business level of meeting. So how they would have felt, right? Can you all see how that jealousy kind of thing? But it's not fault of my manager either. It's not fault of my either. So this is just one part of the testimony. Okay. Then you all might think, okay, just because I'm a black skin, just because my boss was an African American lady, that's how she provided that. But then it's not. There's a strong work ethics policies that is followed by highest standard level. That's how people are that's how management provide those roles to them, right? So that was a good experience. And that boss, she used to laugh. When she's going to laugh out loud, she's going to laugh out loudest. That's what I could remember of her. I don't know whether she's still alive or not, it's been a very long time. But then, yeah, it was a good experience. I always smiling face, always laughing out loudest, and excellent work ethics. My boss, the lady boss. Then, you all know, and in earlier session I also educated that in one of the workplace where I was working, the lady boss was a white skin only, right? And you all know that white skin lady boss only assigned me as a subject matter expertise and wanted me to go and guide different divisions like that. But she's been there in that company for a long time. So that means she knows how the systems, everything, right? At least on her specialty line of business products, at least. But then, there again, in one of the projects where I was working for her, the manager, that's something that she did not like happen. Meaning, whatever deliverables I have to provide, there was a delay. And there's a reason behind it. I will tell it later, okay? So, but just know on a very high level. But then, at that time, because when these corporations, they have bigger divisions, right? They'll be having a lot of divisions. And a lot of divisions will have their own separate teams like that. So, that means when one task is getting affected or impacted, all the other divisions also will be impacted very badly. It's all time bound and time constraint and deadline mode. So that means again, I was only consulting, so they should have fired me immediately, right? But then, no, they considered my situation, whatever I had undergoing through, and they considered it. And okay, because of that is one of the root cause also. Then they allowed me to continue, right? And when they allowed me to continue, it is the same lady boss, the white skin lady boss only mandated me to be the subject matter expertise looking at my skills with all the other divisions. Got it? So that means it's not on the favoritism part, it was like on a very highest level of an ethical standards process only. That's what I wanted to display to you all. Right? But then, for me, I already said, I would not even go waste my time and talk to all these higher officials. No. It will be always on a very, very business talk only. Right? So, not beyond that. So, that is always ethical standards that I provide from my end. Okay, but my peers might be different. That's how they handle it. It's their choice. So I'm providing a testimony for me, for myself. Okay, then, the real one more live example was when I was working for the Hewlett-Packard, right? Even though it was a very short time. Again, there was a lady boss only, white skin, and after all, two lady bosses, okay? They were all only white skin only. But then I never went and sat and talked with them like a sweet, sweet talk. No, because they just joined. I'm just getting to know them. I'm just getting to know. Just less than 10 days I got laid off, right? So then within the shortest time frame, I'm providing it as a purest form of testimony for you all to understand how without talking, people understand my work ethics, right? People can relate their hard working. But that means those two bosses, the white skin bosses, the lady bosses only. Okay, and they must have also been through this hard-working mode, and then they are boss. That's how, right? So they just could relate it with me when I was providing my task. So then, without talking, there is that syncing part, right? Without talking, there is that same wavelength. Without talking, that there is the same frequency mode. So tell me, what would all the other teams would have thought about me? You all tell me, my dear fellow man. Can you all see how the jealous of the other team peers creep up? right? So then, uh, that's, see, usually I will not share my personal affairs, okay, but then I already said, right, then I had to, for whatever situation I was undergoing through, which I will reveal it later down the road, then I have to step in and explain, this is what my situation is, please can you consider. So that was another part of it also, why I go later, and I will explain that later. Okay, on the highest level, I was asking, is there can there be a flexibility of the workplace where I could even go early and work from home like that? But then that was a situation that that moment they were not able to provide those situations like that. Maybe down the road, but not immediately like that. So this particular testimony is, I worked under different bosses, right? The lady bosses. Even when I was working for Department of Children and Families, I was working for a lady boss only, right? An Indian lady boss. So people knows. So without talking, I will not talk more. They know that I will not talk. I will talk very less. I'm quiet like that. They am reserved like that. So, but then how that frequency, how that wavelength, right? How that everything syncs up. So that's what I wanted to educate you on. So when working on a different teams, different bosses, right? So they'll be wondering how on the earth. So this is what I want to tell you all. Without talking, how there is a frequency. Same frequency, same wavelength, right? Like that. So, yes. Yes, the Hewlett-Packard laid me off, but then I'm absolutely positive those two lady bosses must be the happiest one, right? Because I provided what are the things and what needs to be done. What if I was just only in the very initial mode. Even in the initial learning mode itself, I displayed everything, right? So that is why even the Hewlett-Packard, even after 1 year passed by, and then they even called me for an interview, and I finished one interview, and they wanted me to wait for a few more months for this COVID-19 that was going on. And that's how in the interim time period itself I got the offer for this finance services. That's how I came. But then, tell me, generally they will be saying that when in the team that there will be a lot of conflicts when there are women are put together, right? Because the thing is, bottom line comes to when people don't know how to handle the conflict, that's when it comes into that mode, okay? But then, yeah, this is one part of my testimony which I have to say. So that means even among my peers, like the women in the team, they will also get the jealousy, right? So they would have been, so that means in the Hewlett-Packard, the lady boss which I was working on, she was lady boss for all the other of my peers who are women also. So then they would have even got the jealousy mode creeping up in their mind, fearing of losing their job, right? Because I'm just displaying all the important business operations solutions. So this is what it is, my dear fellow mankind, the rock solid work ethics. And so tell me what I stand up on my ground, right? That means even at the cost of getting laid off. Right? That nobody will do it because everybody wants to have that paycheck, everybody wants to have, but me, this is what right, this is wrong. So then I went even to the extent, if at all people wants to, just get rid of me because the other people are still working because of their, they are relying on the paycheck. I even educated that also. So that is why when people laid me off, it's all God's name to be glorified. See, I'm telling you all as a testimony, right? Absolutely all those bosses, all the lady bosses will be super happiest for me. I'm absolutely positive. Regardless of even the other genders, like the male genders, bosses also must be super happiest for me. Being ever, oh, is that lady? Oh my gosh, like that. Got it? But then, for me, I wanted the people to know me without knowing me. Right? Talk to me without knowing me, right? Because that's how, that is a clean way of communication. Otherwise, it will be prejudiced, right? Stereotyping. But then that's not the reality. People wanted to know, right? Oh, who is she? Who is that? And then they can talk like that. For me, if at all, only after I'm going to say everything, only then people can believe, only then people can talk to me. I will say, rather, why do you want to waste your labor and talk to me? Just don't talk to me. Because this is me. Provide a blindest faith in me, right? Provide a blindest trust in me and see my work ethics. Like that means that is why I am, that is how I am, that is who I am, right? So this is a little bit about me, the testimony. So tell me, yes, I got mocked. Why I overslept and became late for that meeting, right? But then these are all, it's not always a perfect thing, right? It has its own ups and downs, and I'm just displaying, yes, this is, I'm displaying my, my, how I air it out like that. But then it's never my fault, but it created that way because of the situation like that, and it's all for good. God's name alone be glorified. Okay. Now, tell me, I already handcuffed. Nobody can escape the civil justice, right? So I handcuffed Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris and mandated her to kneel down in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans and 193 nations. That means that itself is displaying my cleanest love, isn't it? Right? Because she's been in the lawmaking process forever, right? And then she got transitioned to the vice president. So that is a different story altogether. And that's a scam. But then, why I wanted her to handcuff and mandate to be kneeled down in front of all nations? Why? Why do you all think? Do you all think am I rude? Right? So no, my dear fellow mankind, in civil justice, it should be unbiased civil justice. I'm just closing my eyes only and providing the civil justice. I know whatever Vice President Kamala-Harris did is wrong. She's at fault, found guilty, right? Why? She created COVID-19 plague. It's as simple as that. Got it? Are you all getting it? Why nobody can escape the civil justice process that's ongoing right now, and it might look I'm signing it for myself, but then it has its own multitasking and how the software world are happiest worldwide right now, because I'm just cracking down on all the software logics. I already said, once when you're into that robo mode, right? The software operating system mode, it's going to hit on every single logic. Got it? So I'm working only on the robocall poverty mandate, right? But then in sub-loop, sub-validation part of sub-logic, sub-algorithm part of it, it comes and hitting every single logic. President's list and all the Senate list, all the Democrats, all the Republicans, everybody. Right? So instead of saying, hey, population, this government services is broken, that is why they cannot help any poverty people, that is why the welfare services is also broken, that is why we came up with a word called COVID-19. This is what Kamala-Harris should have stood up loudest and said it out loud. No matter what, right? Whatever her peer pressure is, whatever barriers have been provided for her, right? We know that Pope Francis she's a slave prostitute, slave for Pope Francis. She is a prostitute slave for Queen Elizabeth. That means Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis is controlling them, and she's a puppet in their hands. But even at that cost, she should have stood up and educated this only to the population, right? And that too, she was even a presidential candidate. And when I was interacting with the Department of Justice teams only, I think around December only, she called her the campaigning off, right? And then I already said even the vice president candidacy was also a scandal and a scandal, because it is my understanding only that Massachusetts Senate Elizabeth Warren and state of Minnesota leader, what's her name? Senate, what's her name? Amy, and the last name starts with K, Amy. So they were in the front line to be selected as a vice president, but she came up, and it was also a scandal and a scandal, because those women, they know they want to save themselves at the first place. In other words, they knew if at all President Joe Biden selected them as a vice president, then they have to answer me. Even otherwise, they are going to answer me. Wait, watch and see, right? So that means I slapped on the face of Vice President Kamala-Harris. I slapped on the face of state of Minnesota Senator Amy, and also I slapped on the face of Massachusetts Senate Elizabeth Warren. Same justice, same love. And we are all women only. I am a woman. Kamala-Harris is a woman, right? And state of Minnesota leader, that Senate is a lady, is also women. So can you all see how unbiased we are providing the civil justice, regardless of the gender? When I'm providing a slap, it's a slap, no matter what. Because I'm saying, hey, do not be fools, right? So that means Kamala-Harris, being a lawmaker in entire life, she knows that whatever Fauci is doing is a show. Whatever Dr. Brinks is doing is a show. She should have stepped up, right? Out of all these ladies, like, she has a good way of talking to attract the people just like that. It is her talent. I salute that talent of hers. Because I already said, everybody has their own talent, right? And if you're going to see that state of Minnesota Senate, Amy, she has her own talent. Her voice is so authoritative, right? People look for that when they want to be a leader. They want to see for that authoritative voice. Hillary Clinton has that authoritative voice. Can you see that bass voice? But then this lady, the Vice President Kamala-Harris, she has her own excellent talent of when she is facing the crowd. She can talk. She can talk all sweetest talk, But then, what I'm displaying, she provided a domestic violence category of breach of duty, right? She should have slapped on the face of Dr. Fauci and asked him to get out. She should have slapped on the face of Dr. Brinks and asked her to get out. So that means whatever, even that Attorney General, that Garland, whatever, that nomination or whatever that's going on, or it's done deal, or it's signed up for a confirmation of the job, everything is a crap. It's a garbage, right? That means that Garland, who has been a lawyer in his entire life, never even knows that President Trump only created COVID-19, President Joe Biden only created COVID-19. That says it all. I already said, people, when they're facing the grilling session with the Senate and the justice so-called, they'll be laughing out loudest in their heart, because they know it's just a show they have to provide to the world. Right? And Brett Kavanaugh confirmation also became a scam. Kamala-Harris was providing that session, and she was praised for whatever she provided that session, but it's a crap. I stood up and said it's a crap. It's a garbage, right? It's a garbage. So in justice world, how they became policy, all the people have to know is how to talk sweetest talk and fool the people. That's all. They get to pay it for that. They can get to have that fancy name that they are the lawmakers like that. But they are all these people being prostitutes only, providing all this kind of a crap. For how long they can be fooling population, right? For how long? So, yes, Vice President Kamala-Harris, being a woman to women, she might be even cursing me to death or spitting me on my face, or for me it's like, whatever, I am providing the discipline, you pay the price. You curse me to death or wish me death. Pay me that $500 billion, multiply with the total presidency, that must be 225,000 followed by 50 billion dollars, direct deposit to my bank account. Who is Kamala Harris to mandate mask to me? If she loves to wear the mask, it is her choice, right? They all wanted to provide a show after all. And you all know that speaker is also a prostitute. Who is her name? Nancy Pelosi. She wanted to create a fashion in this kind of a scandal. Matching mask. Okay, it looks good on her. That no doubt about it, right? I want to say that also. I do not want to deny on that. If she's wearing a pink color dress and she wears a pink color mask, she wants to provide her style brand. People, when they dress, they display their personality. So that's her way. But then, that is just the fun part. Beyond that professionalism part, right? Beyond I am providing civil justice, beyond her, Nancy Pelosi being the speaker part, it is always that friendly gesture of, telling that dress coding part. Okay? But then, that's a scam, right? That is what I'm just educating, that's all. For me, when my peers, I don't know about my peers. When my peers, they dress clothing, nice dress sense, good dress sense, I observe that. I like it. I even extend my, telling that, hey, your clothing looks good. You look good today, like that, in a healthy love language only. But then, it's just me, I don't know about my peers. They might have observed, they might have provided lot of other things, or even passed out some filthy comment or whatever. But it all goes by case basis, or even, they might even have a nickname, right? Or that means the allies name for the each team people like that. But so that's worldwide the same, one and the same. But then this is just a little bit of that lighter side. Yes, I'm not denying that when Nancy Pelosi was wearing matching mask or matching dress, that is her way of displaying her sense of dressing, right? But for me, I'm just displaying how evil and how cunning these women can be in the government. That just because they want to get their government salary, which provides healthy benefits, they don't know what job they are doing, right? Instead of wearing the mask. So can you all see in all the scandal I'm displaying, even Vice President Pence is also at fault versus President Trump, only innocent because of his the way he displayed his conflict of interest, displayed his upfront personality, isn't it? Or when Vice President Pence was quiet all the time, and Kamala-Harris was wearing the mask, the Nancy Pelosi was wearing the matching mask, right? And President Joe Biden wearing the mask. Out of those 4 people alone, or 5 people alone, you choose. Okay? We don't even want to go beyond. Just those 5 people alone. President Trump only was directly upfront displaying that he did not want to wear the mask. And President Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks was just like controlling him to wear the mask. It was, everybody knows that. So that means everybody displayed what they are in their little bit of actions, right? Got it? Can you all see? Can you all see how my book of civil law displays innocence in a different versions? I'm saying Vice President Pence is at fault. I'm saying President Trump is innocent. Now tell me, my peers will only say, oh, she is sure for weirdo, right? Because there are supporters for Vice President Pence, then supporters for President Trump, because already people are super mad with whatever things happened on January 6th for that riot. They are thinking it is because of President Trump, but I already said it's not because of President Trump. Pope Francis created that. Okay, it's Pope Francis only created that. So if at all cops want to arrest, or if at all judges want to provide them the scars or throw acid on those people, they should first handcuff Pope Francis and throw them in the volcano. Right? Got it? Can you all see how illusion and how people, innocent people, only getting at fault mode? They were even making it up that it is President Trump only created that. But then what did I educate it? It should have been President Joe Biden, being a lawyer's job, should have prevented it upfront. So they just never bothered because they were only fighting for the power grab, right? So they made themselves as a clown in front of all nations, and all nations are watching and laughing at the United States of America only for whatever scandals they are providing. USA cannot even hide it, hide the shame, hide that clownish mode, hide that childish mode of fighting with each other mode, right? President Joe Biden and President Trump could have provided healthy, conflict solutions process, but they never able to do it. More or less, maybe here or there, plus or 5 years, or maybe some kind of age difference. But then, they are all in the retired age only, right? And beyond professionalism, they are humans. Beyond Republican or Democrat, they are humans only, end of the day. So why that humanity never been provided? Why? Can you all understand the scandal that's going on? How they were providing the show after all, right? So that means, okay, let me keep it in a very simplest way. President Joe Biden knows that Department of Children Welfare Services is broken in pieces. So homeless never helped, right? I displayed those errors. So then he cannot tell it out loud because it's a shame for him, right? Population will say, get out to the President Joe Biden up front. He did not want to do that. And he is wearing a mask. That says it all, right? And you all know how the television news leaders all are not wearing masks nowadays. It's all because of my wisdom education, and it all passed from how I educated and how it went through Republican admin and how it went through the news channel. It all went that route. People know, but they're providing what? A show. And they went to the extent that that President Joe Biden and the TV news anchor or whatever, or I don't know whether it's Joe Biden or any other people. Roman Catholic clergy, I think, right? Be father or something like that. They all were pausing for a few seconds for 500 to mark that 500,000 people died out of COVID-19. That is scam. Can you see? Even that even had happened when? It's not very far, my dear fellow man, and it might be either today or yesterday. Very latest update. I got it from the news. So that is a live proof of the scandal. So that moment, that Roman Catholic clergy, when bowing down and closing eyes and saying a word of prayer or two, it's a scam. He has to put a show in the media. So that means the news anchor is not at fault versus the Roman Catholic clergy who is bowing down and making a show that he wants to pray for those 500,000 people died out of COVID-19. He is at fault because he very well knows the scandal, what scandal is all about. President Joe Biden wanted to create a show. He knows behind the scenes what happened. But show, right? So yes, my dear fellow mankind, this I had to, so you all got it. Why I have to provide that overview of how I worked on different women bosses, right? You might be wondering, why on the earth this lady is talking about the lady women bosses of different color, different nationality, different ethnicity, and how in every different types, different mode, I was able to provide the healthy processing, right? It is because God gives me wisdom one part and I provide self-discipline myself, and then I provide a firewall and boundary set code, always. And yes, I've been pushed to edge to explain further my situation. Otherwise, generally, I would not even let my personal thing know in workplace. So that is why people will not even know what I'm undergoing through in the brain for a multitasking. Pain 1, I already educated, right? Pain 1, pain 2, like this. But see, these people, these are all women only, right? So that means they should have educated the government operations in the rightful way, right? They failed on it. I would include even Michelle Obama in this list of scammers, right? She can talk all the sweetest talk because I think she has her own talent as well, like how Vice President Kamala-Harris has a own talent. She has a wonderful talent of when she comes into the audience and talks, oh my gosh. Everybody just listen to Michelle Obama. That's her talent, a super talent, right? So but then how on these women, right? Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Kamala-Harris, they all missed out in important national operations. Tell me, they are all lawmakers, right? That's $1 trillion scandal I proved. I don't know, they will even only be puking pus. Even Hillary Clinton will be shedding tears of shame right now. Michelle Obama will be shedding only tears of shame because they all went to the accredited law school, fancy law schools, right? You all know. But I never went to the law school. So they will be mad. They will not be mad. They will be only shedding tears of shame. How on the earth they get to miss on this healthy brain operations versus I, Vethapriya, is providing the healthy brain operations process. Right? So if you are going to see Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Kamala-Harris, and Elizabeth Warren, and Amy Kay from state of Minnesota, they're all diversified. Right? Different skin color, different ethnicity, different nationality, different backgrounds, different marriage types. But bottom line, when they are standing on the civil justice weighing machine, they are all one and the same. Double innocent, that's all. When their double innocent is identified on the foundation level, I will say, please stand aside and go live free for you forever. Right? What mistake they did? Y'all tell me what mistake they did. If we are on the same page, okay, I already said y'all cannot talk, right? Okay, I will tell it my way. I will tell the correct answer myself, okay? They all missed on what? $1 trillion error. Can you all see why I am the whistleblower here? How the workplace even, they They love when I display the scandal access mode at the cost of being hated. So that means these women must be only cursing me, right? Because the USA government, the federal government, they will direct all the questions to Michelle Obama, Kamala-Harris, Hillary Clinton, Amy Kay for state of Minnesota, and Elizabeth Warren, right? Hey ladies, you were there in this lawmaking process. What went wrong? Why you all forgot this? This is the question they will be asking. So that is why out of that creates fear, unhealthy fear, that creates insecurity, and that creates jealous, right? Because I'm a woman too. They are women and I am women. Always worldwide, even in the entertainment, everywhere knows how that women are put on the same thing, that conflict of thing arises. Even in that part, I can provide the healthiest process. Do you all know that? Workplace knows that. They have seen it in their own eyes, right? That means, let's say if a female team, out of jealous or whatever, they want to provide any kind of backstabbing to me or whatever. From my end, I will just keep on working, just work, call it a day and go like that, right? Whatever I'm going to work to glorify the God's name. That's what I'll be working on. So there were situations wherein those ladies, they will come to my desk and they will say sorry. They'll apologize to me. And from my end, I'll just keep. For me, it will not be impacted. I already said, right? It will not impact me. I'll just keep moving on. And looking at me handling those kind of situations, the higher level will be so much shocked and happiest mode. How healthy way I am handling it, right? Versus my peers would have handled it in a different way. So, yes, what important $1 trillion scam these women missed it out, and that puts the USA nation in the deadliest crime mode. Do you all want to know? You should know, my dear fellow mankind. They provided Supreme Court judge. Okay, check off. That's a scam. But then, then they provided a Supreme Family Law judge. Check off. Okay, that's also a scam, but keep that aside. They forgot to provide a Supreme Children judge. Can you all see? Can you all see why President Joe Biden will just faint and pass out in next 1 second, and why President Trump is innocent? Can you all see it, my dear fellow man? I'm just displaying the raw error. And can you all also understand why people will accuse me because I'm displaying the raw error? Okay, I want to tell a little bit about me. I'm always saying a little bit about me also as a testimony only. Even in my family, extended family, relatives, everybody, I'm the one who used to stand up and ask questions. And people do not like it. When correct is correct, wrong is wrong, when standing up on the same ground to fight for the rightful justice, right? People do not like it. So that means you all might be thinking, am I the favorite for the relatives? Sorry, my dear fellow mankind, because I stand up for what is right and wrong is wrong. There are, bottom line, there will be that clean law. Because it's an extended relatives, they are all blood, right? We are all blood is thicker, like that mode. But then, just because I stand up and display or talk for justice, even among the family members, they do not like me. So I'm not ashamed to say that, right? So that means even my parents and siblings do not like me. So I'm not ashamed to say that. Got it? But tell me, what if my peers would not even bother to say that because of they have that kind of fear or insecurity or whatever. What if other people will think like that? So I'm displaying, this is me. This is me. If I'm going to slap on my face of my mom and my dad, I will. This is me, right? So, but then, see, that is how I can display my cleanest honor and respect I can provide for my parents and my siblings, isn't it? Can you get the wisdom part? Only when I stand up for in my ground and explaining correct is correct, wrong is wrong, that's how I can honor my parents and siblings, right? And my relatives, right? They all get honored because of I am only, right? So yes, this is me, and I do not like to be I want to be like that, I want to be like, no, I'm not that. I'm just happy with whatever God created me. I'm just happy as can be, happiest as can be. I'm the happiest one after all. When whatever injustice has been provided on me with scars and everything, I'm still happiest. I already said that. I sing, I laugh, I dance, I eat, I sleep. That is enough for least operations, right? When handling all this injustice. So yes, you all got it. Why I have to, it's 48 minutes, almost 50 minutes, because I have to explain how the women work and women brain operations work, and why my brain operation, though I am a woman, is totally different, right? I'm super different. Standing out in the crowd. Now tell me, what is Kamala-Harris going to say about that? Is she going to say, sorry, we never thought about that? She cannot even say that, right? I'll say, just kneel down in Kamala-Harris, please kneel down in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans and pay me the penalty, direct deposit in my bank account. You can say sorry later, or say sorry to somebody else. Don't say sorry to me. That is creating too much of torture for me. Just do not. She lost eligibility to apologize to me. Same with Hillary Clinton. Same with Michelle Obama, right? Same with state of Minnesota Amy. Same with Massachusetts Senate Elizabeth Warren. They're all women. They all have blood color red only. They all are educated. They're all, only thing is I am a pauper mode and they are all in the filthy richest, stinking richest mode. Meaning, without having these jobs, they can live in happily for their retirement life and they can die. So can you see how the dollars have blinded their eyes, and how the power grab, the fanatic love of role for those jobs, the state jobs, the government jobs, that blinded their eyes. They never provided justice, my dear fellow mankind. They never. Can you all see, even in the justice teams, it is the women who are evil after all. I already educated, my dear fellow mankind. I am so transparent when I want to talk. Okay, this is what people, I already said, either people will love me or just hate me for what I am. They will say how brutal honest she is, this lady is. Right? I provided the innocent level code, right? When I was interacting with the Department of Justice of State of Wisconsin, I said those three ladies in the justice, right? The female cop and the other two lawyers, right? The Ruth Westmont and the Jennifer Brinkley. They are highest level of evil. Then when compared to the male genders, white skin judge and the commissioner. Judge Frank Remington and Commissioner Ben Sculenberg. So that is why they are super shocked mode. Because when men are only innocent, means they are less wise. That is the reality. So that is why then women in those organizations must be step in and guide them in the rightful way. So when they were not able to step in and guide them in the rightful way, that displays how Pope Francis destroyed everything. It is because of him only everybody got slaughtered. It is because of Pope Francis only. There is no or never supreme judge, children judge forever in United States of America. Not even one nations have that, and that is a crime. 1 for USA, crime 1, 2 of India, crime 3 for London. That means you count 193 nations, right? 193 counts. 193 counts of crime. So that means they all have to fall down in knees in before entire human kingdom and just pay me $500,000 trillion, $500,000 trillion, $500,000 trillion, $500,000 direct deposit to my bank account. Watch and see. Pope Francis will be gone in ashes. What is he going to say? Or what is France leader going to say about that? Because they are the ones who gave the canon law, handbook of code of abuse law of Vatican to the USA. They forgot, they never educated about the PROSE salary part. They never educated there must be a supreme judge for children. So that means which one get hit? You tell me right now. Department of Workforce Division, right? They do not have job code because the job is not created, because the job is not there. I'm just displaying a 500 years old of raw crime, my dear fellow mankind. Deadliest crime. Deadliest crime. Deadliest crime. We cannot laugh at it, right? It's not funny. So that is why if these women are going to accuse me, I will be only standing as the tallest rock. Because they all yielded to sexual immorality. I never yielded to sexual immorality. That is why I am able to display the error mode. They can accuse me to that. I say, okay, accuse. Spit me, okay, spit. I really don't care a damn, right? Because that is how the civil justice process has to be. Unbiased way. Unbiased way. One love for all. One love for all. There again, it all traces back to where? Medical services, doctors, the lady doctors, right? How many lady doctors? You all go count. Those lady doctors could have said, right? They are the ones who are signing off every single of human operation, be it birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificate, what not. Right? Funeral certificate, burial certificate, coffin certificate. They want only certificate. They never bother to step in and educate. A nation should have a supreme children judge. Period. Everything broken in pieces. That means right now it is Pope Francis is puking blood. Or right now this Italy, the Vatican, must be filled in the blood of pus infested, injected blood with worms of Pope Francis must be filled in Vatican. Watch and see. So why y'all got it, right? So if only supreme judge for children is there, tell me what would have happened. You all know. Yes, you all know, my dear fellow mankind. And yes, you cannot talk, right? Okay, I will say it out loud. Child marriage would not be there. If child marriage would have not been there, means that the question will be directly asked only to Pope Francis. Hey, Pope Francis, God of USA, you're a God, right? You also jumped from heaven. Why on the other there is child marriage? He will eat. I do not want to say that because you all will not like it. Right? Not accused word, but it's not a nice word either. Feces, the poop word. Can he eat the poop or waste product? No, right? Are children humans trash, dust, dirt? Can you all see how adults, they created their law for their selfish pleasures alone? So these for what you can't work on the answer. I'll give the choice to you for you to work on. What are these 5 women who are lawyers are going to say about that? I just slapped on their face. There is no the shame. Means I don't know whether God will forgive them or not. I don't know. I'll say, go, Hillary Clinton, run to your personal room or wherever, fall down in knees and ask forgiveness from God. Go. These are all different age groups, different generation. Okay. But then I'm just having the same comfort level how I talk to my mom. The same comfort level only. So my mom has her own way of interest and I have my own way of interest. There's always conflict. Still we talk. Still we talk. You know. Still we talk. But then I have that only same comfort level when I'm talking with all these 5 ladies. Right? The friendly way of talking. The guardian angel way of talking. Because at bottom of the heart, inside their heart, they cannot say it out loud, but inside their heart, they'll be just shedding tears of joy only, because when they cannot talk, I said it out loud. That's what it means. They wanted to say it out loud, they were not able to say it out loud because they were purest form of slaves to Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth. And I said it out loud. So that means they are the happiest people after all. I would see, just because I'm saying they are prostitutes, I would love to take selfie with them, you know. I already said I would like to take a selfie picture with entire broken Republican government population and entire broken Democrat population. Just stand in between them, and I can even take all the Medal of Honors when they are all signed up for that Medal of Honor for me. I would take it. Rather than one president providing me that award, I will ask all of them to provide me that award. I will take it. Because as a true civil lawyer, I know that there's an innocence part. It's just that their brain got blindsided because of all the scandal. That's all. Pope Francis fooled them. Queen Elizabeth to fool them. They have been growing in different generations, different places in the earth. So that means their brain processing of worshipping Queen Elizabeth II as a god and Pope Francis as a god, versus I'm saying they are the Satans, means that brain operation itself is different, isn't it? So that means they are the one must be happiest that how excellent way I am educating the public awareness, the birthright, the civil rights, the human rights to the entire human kingdom, right? And through them, it's God's name alone be glorified. I displayed they are all absolute innocent, means on a gender level, they are the innocent. So that means, let's say in a supreme judge, when there are male judges, they're just only innocent. But these women are double innocent. So that is how the bottom line innocence must be identified for signing of the civil justice. So because a little bit of innocence is identified, I will ask both the male population and the female population to live free. That's all. Just do it yourself and take your own responsibility, accountability, fall down in knees, ask God to forgive and live free. Live as a testimony for God. So this civil justice session is about women, women's club. How even in the women's club I stand out of the crowd, right? Men's club, I already said, there must be superman. They just cannot take it that I am the women, right? Because in men's world, women are treated only as machines, right? So that is different, but that's super fun for me, right? Because I stand tall, let's rock, and entire male population just fallen down on knees before me because of I am that I am. Nothing else. Get it? Nothing else. They just cannot take it that I am the women. That is all, because that's a known factor. Men, they just cannot take it that the women are excellent leaders. They just cannot take it. Even in the workplace, they cannot take it. That there is that gender ego, male, like that. That's foolishness. That's absolute foolishness. A nation should be led by only a true woman, because a true woman is always a wisest woman, right? When there is wisest women, what happens? All the government operations will be only wisest. When all the operations are wisest, what will happen? Population will be living in heaven. This is the way of living is called as a true Christianity. People should be living free, happiest mode. That's how the governance should be. That's how the leadership should be. A true leader make everybody leader. A wisest will share the wisdom to the fellow mankind to make everybody wisest. It's a knowledge sharing, right? A wisest knows. By teaching, by educating, by guiding, by coaching, and making other peers also wisest. It is the wisest teacher who becomes healthy, helpful tool that moment. Not it. How everything works for God's name alone to be glorified. Yes. Even when I said I handcuffed Vice President Kamala-Harris and mandated to kneel down in front of the entire human kingdom, that is how the civil justice should be provided, right? It's an unbiased way. I don't know anything about her. I do not want to know about her. I do not want to know anything about Hillary Clinton. But I can provide the civil justice. This is how the civil justice should be. Just close your eyes and just provide. A supreme, excellent supreme judge is witnessed or is displayed by how the highest standard of how the justice is being provided alone. Entire human kingdom will be witnessing that holiest supreme justice process, which I'm providing, right? But reality, what happens? They have to know who they are. People have to stand on the, as if they are the holy crap. They have to stand in that court of law, that cabin, whatever. That's not how it should be. That's not. So Pope Francis destroyed everything, bottom line. That is all. You all got it, right? It's not about that 500 billion times 44 presidents. That means 225 comma followed by $50 billion means, yes, this $1 billion must be written in the civil book when they are signing civil justice for me. But it's beyond that dollars part. You all got it, right? Then when everybody are getting disciplined in the rightful way, then they will know, okay. It is same as parenting disciplining, right? Parent-child disciplining. Tell me that whole entire job code must have been in the Department of Workforce Division. It's not there. PROSE job is not there. Supreme judge, children judge is not there. Crime 1, crime 2. There is more, right? There is no job code for drug dealers. If at all there is a job code for drug dealers, it would have been the Monsanto and the Bayers and the Pfizers that would have ended up in the jail. So they want to save themselves because Pope is behind them. I already said Pope only asked them to create a crack, medical drugs with side effects. They are slaves. They are prostitutes. They are prostituting with Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. That's all. Pfizer got $1 billion revenue or deal with this vaccination scam alone. That is why I am asking Queen Elizabeth should drink those vaccinations. It might seem rude, right? But it is not. Is the truth? It's not. It's not. So that means even on this vaccination scandal, President Joe Biden never knows. President Trump never knows. Kamala-Harris never knows. And Vice President Prince never knows. And that's that little bit of that thin layer of the innocence on that they are in. That's all. All they can see is vaccinations, pharmaceuticals, like that only. They don't even know behind that pharmaceuticals slogan, there is this evil prostitutes, Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. Right? Can you all see scandal and a scandal and a scandal and a scandal? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. I am the first one to educate there should never be any drug dealers' job. People got shock of that true wisdom first time in their entire human history life cycle. So whatever should be there, it's not there. Whatever should not be there is there. Can you see how they reversed everything of the true Christianity, this evil Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis teams? If there is the Supreme Children Judge job available in any nation, then there will be question, right? Why on the earth there is LGBTQP? Then Pope Francis has to answer. Then he would have been fried already in ashes. You all got it, how they are all living free. Can you all see? Can you all witness it? So it's a multitasking. Yes, this session also went 1 hour. So you all must know how the women's club and how the evil things and how women on the same workplace teams operate different. Their brain operates different, right? They are all lawmakers only. They all went to the law school only. They are all educated. They all are super talented in their own ways. I already educated that. They're all super talented in their own ways. But then, what happened to that basic humanity? Right? So they know what, see that is why those people are and I are in the same wavelength. Because when I'm saying COVID-19 is a scam, they know that. They got the message already. It's just that they cannot say it out loud, that's all. Whatever they cannot say it out loud, I'm saying out means there will be, what to say in a user-friendly way, in the team, even in the team, in the workplace. Right? How many people were there? And I displayed Medicaid strong. So all the people must have, having that in their mouth, but they could not have told it because of survival. Want to be the paycheck mode. At least every 2 weeks we are getting paycheck, who cares mode. Right? I stood up at the cost of being laid off. I stood up and said that. At the cost of being hated. It's not easy, isn't it? It's never easy thing. It's never an easy thing. So then, on the other side, people will know the cleanest love as well. Right? The cleanest hearted love only can provide that kind of an unbiased civil justice perfectly. At the cost of being mocked, at the cost of being bullied. So conflict of interest is always there because everybody's brain functions different. My mom's brain operates different than my brain. Is enough proof, my dear fellow mankind. Right? My siblings' brain operates different than my brain. Same for my dad, same for my grandparents, same for my relatives. But beyond that, bottom line, there is always that blood is thicker, right? That's what they say. So in the conflict of interest, in differences, whatever I like, my parents hate, or whatever my parents like, I hate. Right? So then, that means I am the mouthpiece for entire household populations as well. So then, can you see how easily they can relate me to them? Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was thinking of. I wanted to say it out loud, and boom, here she goes. She said it. She said it out loud. Oh my, like that, right? And people will be wondering, how on the earth am I a mind reader? That's all. Because you all know that when I was working on that poverty-free earth end of the year 2030 voluntary project, right? I never knew that I will become a writer because for my end, it was just posting. But then later on down the road, because of the years of services of labor I provided the excellent flawless writing job. So that means Facebook was the first media to be shocked. If you all go on the memory lane, there's time anywhere between that spring of 2014, 2015, that memory lane. It's the first media to get freaked out with my education was the Facebook tool only. They thought, oh, is there something mind reader that's going on here? What on the earth? People sometimes when they are freaked out mode, they'll also say gives words, right? And they were in super shock mode. I already said it was like, it is because of me only the Facebook became evolved as of today, right? As a true friend, I guided and helped with a healthy wisdom alone. Got it? So then I have to step in and educate what is a mind reader. The mind reader, always it's a telltale sign of a true Israelite Christian Jew of Jerusalem, Judah. Please do not get annoyed. No. It is easy to be annoyed, right? This has been there forever. This is a track record. People always get annoyed whenever the people say address only true Israelite Christian Jew of Jerusalem, Judah people alone have this talent, that talent. They are all-rounder. That's just the way it is, my dear fellow mankind. You all have to accept reality. They don't even, their talent is super talent, like it's given only by God. They are the God chosen ones. First telltale is they'll fear only God. That's all, to get that wisdom. So, mind reading part. Let me come to mind reading part. Mind reading, people fear them because, see, all got it, right? I was just only educating, and whatever I educated only is happening now. So that means people might even address me as a predictor, predictions provider, right? Predict means saying this will happen in future, like that. Without knowing, without seeing anything, this is what is going to happen in future, like that. And it will happen. But then, it has been a track record that always these people, the God-chosen people, whatever they say and predict, it happens accurately. And this COVID-19 and this shutting down the religious facilities is all life proof. I was educating that. Wait, watch and see, my dear fellow mankind. All this religious facilities will be shut down. It's shut down, right? It got shut down. Can you all see? So the first, if you're going to remind the Facebook, they will, yeah, oh yes, 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 yes. We got shocked about that mind reading part. There's something that's going on, emotional revolution here. They really feared me. I already said, right? Software world was just wondering whether I am a robo. And then beyond that, am I a mind reader? It was like super shock for the fellow mankind. And then they realized my education, my wisdom, it's all given by God. Yes, I'm not a mind reader. But then it is a God-given talent, isn't it? I will not even boast on that, sorry. It's not my job, right? I provide only education, that's all. I already said the supernatural power, the natural disasters that's happened side by side, I could sense it and feel it. It's God's supernatural power. When I was getting laid off in the spring of 2019 only, this Notre Dame Cathedral was burning, right? Because I got injustice way only I got laid off, right? Because I was explaining my situation, I was begging, don't lay me off. But then, one side they know my talent, one side the situation I was in, and then it all for good. All for good. Now, you all saw it, right? Then Harvey rainstorm, the storm, flood. Then 2 days or 3 days back, the freezing snow. And I got the news that it's all abruptly, it changed into 3 degrees, 360 degrees, the weather changed to 80 degrees altogether, right? So it's also, when I'm saying it's God's, also God fighting me side by side for me to get the civil justice, I'm not joking. But only thing it is very difficult for my peers to understand is because I'm talking out of the box. I'm talking not like other people are talking. Got it? The wisdom is holiest mode. How very unique and distinct way mode. And this is what even the workplace also will be thinking and freaking out. So it is never their fault. It's the developer teams, when they are in that shame mode because all their entire software design is wrong means, then it's not their fault either. I just stepped in and I explained, that's all. So yeah, so this session is all about how the indifferences between the women getting along or women not getting along. When there are indifferences among the women, how the women handle the conflict, right? So I had to step in and explain. Yes, I had women bosses, right? And how I was able to provide. And I had women team members with the indifferences and conflict of interest, how I was able to provide healthy conflict management myself. Sometimes it's out of their own ignorance, right? Sometimes no awareness. Those are all the root causes for the people to provide mocking, bullying, insulting, sarcastic for the other fellow mankind. So there's an innocence there. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. We people interact with strangers 95% of the time, every single day. Right? Every single day. Every single day. And we women should not be in the workplace at all, at the first place. Do you all know that? We women should not be going to work. But how many women are enforced to go to the work because of their economic status or because they have to provide when they go to the work, they can provide that extra savings of the money to help the family. If you go ask any women, they will say they do not like to go to the work. So that means it's not even about that going to the work part. They just step into the workplace and proving that women can provide excellence, leadership, and qualities. That's all. If you are going to ask me, and everybody knows, when I was working in the Poverty-Free Earth End of the Year 2030 Volunteer Project, they know I do not like to go to work. They all know that I love to be homemaker. They all know that, for me, I have my own priorities. Right? My priorities is always what? Family. That is what it is. I love it. But on the other end, if at all I have to step in and get into the workplace and have to work, I work. I work. It's a workaholic mode. I work. So that is why when you compare it to my peers and myself, they'll have their own priorities. Like job. Without job, they can die. For me, job is not life. It's just part of your life. That is all. Just part of your life. So you all got it, right? Everybody knows about me. This is a little bit more about me. So talent is given by God. Talent is given by God. For me, all my talent, all my wisdom, the knowledge, everything given by God who created me from the dust and created me from the rib bone. I'm happiest the way I am created. I'm happiest. So I feel that it was a God's way, God's labor for me to enforce me to work on that poverty-free earth means God knew that I, Vethapriya, alone can crack down the true criminal and display to all the nations. That is why God chose me to work on that project. And I dedicated that project to the love, by the love, dedicated to the love, for the love, by the love, with love. Because when any civilian working to build nations, it must be out of clean love, not polluted love, right? Polluted love means, you all got it. Why the government is garbage means that's a polluted love. That's a pollution there. Right? It's almost like a sewage. Right? Then there are two types of sewage. One is Republican government sewage and one there is a Democrat government sewage. Both are stinking because both of them is garbage, trash. If they created their own law according to their own selfish will and pleasures, if injustice is correct for them, they'll make that also as a law. If they do not like the civil or the wisdom ways, they will make that as a error. Right? They make that as an error. Illegal. So, yeah, this session is all about the women's club part of it. How women in the government are super evil, right? They should have guided them, right? They should have guided the men in the government that, hey, there must be there should be a supreme children judge. There must be a RoboCop, police general. There should be a PROSE salary. They forgot. Those three are deadliest crime, isn't it? Don't you think so? Everything went wrong. Everything of justice, you name it. Even the white skin cops grabbing all the African Americans and throwing jail every single day. That's all became invalid. Everything became invalid. Even that means what? The reason the rioters, they call it, right? The the people who went into the Capitol building on January 6th, that's also became invalid. So justice made to be mockery, right? Like a clown. Clown has its own story behind it, right? There's a movie made out of clowns. Means I also went and stepped in and educated them. They are wearing a makeup to be mocked, to be bullied by the fellow mankind. But behind the shield, there's a veil, right? Behind that clown makeup, their heart will be shedding tears of injustice only, but nobody can see it. All they can see was that round red colored nose and the funny things they make, right? In the circus. Circus means clown. Movies means popcorn or ice cream or pop or whatever. Popcorn is the one that comes up first in the mind, isn't it? On the other side, the clown is made to be mocked always, right? And you all know the circus people, they are low wages, salaried. They make people laugh, right? The acrobats, they risk their lives. The circus animal people, they risk their lives. They have to be friends with tiger, they have to be friends with lion, they risk their lives. Zoo animal keepers, they have to risk their lives when they are dealing with dolphins or whales or lions or snakes or reptiles. They are risking their own lives, right? Because animal is an animal, no matter what. Alligator can open its mouth when zookeeper is providing a food or, but then we don't know. Anything can happen, anything, because animal nature is animal's nature. That then even pet animals means even the cats and the dogs and the rabbits and the rats, right? Even they can become wild. We don't know. Because animal is an animal. But we are humans, my dear fellow mankind. We are humans. So I'm just displaying on a gender level. And then even on the gender level, the women. How many women are there? These 5 women are the generic, I'm just providing on a random way only. There are so many other women. There is no only 5 women in the government, right? There are long list of women in the Senate, House of Representatives, everybody. But how their brain operated in a foolish way after all. They never even thought about that one important job should be there, and they never even provided the job, and they never created the job. They never provided a salary structure for the job. And how I am saying I must be the supreme judge, supreme family judge, supreme children judge as well, right? So USA cannot mock India, India cannot mock London, London cannot mock Australia. Can you see? Everywhere it is broken. Every government is a garbage. So that is why I was saying, if you do not move here or there, just stay where you are. That is how the civil justice can be provided. Because everywhere the government is broken, my dear fellow mankind. Everywhere the nations do not have a healthy leader. They want a leader to lead them in a rightful way. And I only can lead London rightful way. I only can lead India in the rightful way. I only can lead Australia in the rightful way. I only can lead China in the rightful way. One love language, right? Cane, just cane in my hand, that's all. Y'all are laughing. Oh, this lady is super disciplinarian, isn't it? Yeah. Just by seeing me alone, all these foolish nations will be disciplined. That's all. I'll not even waste my time. Hey, Islam lead nations, did you all get healed? No, that's not my job. I'll provide the healthy guidance, that's all. And if there are, and they will see the price. If they are going to provide more here, they will see the price for that, price tag for that, which they are already seeing, right? $500,000 trillion, $500,000, $50,000 trillion. Watch. There's more medical billing. You all will be laughing out loudest. I already said nobody has to go to work anymore. Means what? When medical finance aid is given to each civilian, their finance stable. Then it is going to work becomes optional. That means I don't like to go to work. I also provide the same for other people also. Enjoy, live free. Make it as an optional if you want to go to work. If you want to go to work, be committed. Provide healthy codes, healthy standards, highest standards, ethical standards, moral standards. Then enjoy that work you do and build the nations in love. I educated this only. In true Christianity, alone, men and women should never go to work. Though there is a scandal behind it, Pope Francis has to answer, watch and see. I already said either Pope Francis has to say whether he knows what is Holy Bible, or Pope Francis has to say he don't know what is Holy Bible. It's as simple as that. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, in true Christianity alone, men and women should not be going to work. There's no need for them to go to work. So I'll put it that way. They have to sit and eat all the national benefits free only. Go to grocery, pick whatever you want free. Go to vehicle shop, dealer shop, go pick whatever vehicle you want free. Go to the real estate market, pick whatever housing you want free. So how on the earth all these became a costly expenses for the civilians? I will provide that reveal that scandal down the road. Wait, just wait. Don't you all think this crime must be provided once, twice, thrice, like counting? Are you all counting? You must be counting, right? So let's say, I think I'm close to 150 videos sessions. So that many crimes I provided. Maybe out of that 2 or 3, I would say 1 is the song I was just only singing, right? Songs. Even that was related to the civil justice process only. That's all. So this session, you all know why women evil in government. Super evil. Same like Queen Elizabeth II. So Kamala-Harris is same as a clone the Queen Elizabeth II. That is all. Hillary Clinton is same as Queen Elizabeth II. Michelle Obama is same as Queen Elizabeth II. State of Minnesota Senate Amy is same as Queen Elizabeth II. And Elizabeth Warren of state of Massachusetts is cloned Queen Elizabeth II. I already said, who are merchandising with this Queen Elizabeth II will freak out to death. Means at this point of time, all these 5 ladies must be running to just stand far off and just watch Queen Elizabeth be thrown in the ashes. Because that is exactly predicted as in Holy Bible, that is exactly what is happening right now. So what on the earth they predicted? You all work on it. And you all also work on it, who am I? And then you can trace it. Then you all can trace it. That is how an excellent process can be provided, right? A process should be a traceable, a measurable, and affordable, a comprehensive process, an iterative approach process. Easily, it should be visible, transparent process. You are not witnessing with your own eyes what's happening right now. So tell me, is Texas snow, freezing snow is a joke or what? You all work on that answer. You all work on that answer. How many very, very old law is still there? Why they never grandfathered it? Why they never burnt it in ashes? So that's all crime accumulating. That's all. Now tell me, when there is no Supreme Children Judge in USA, so entire injustice signed by the Department of Justice of State of Wisconsin is what? Invalid, voided, and they have to pay me, the state of Wisconsin must pay me $500 billion for the damages done. It's as simple as that. Along with there is a lot more billing on the queue, waiting for the state of Wisconsin. I will reveal it one by one. Yes, 1 or 38 minutes just to explain about how the women in the workplace and how it's a diversified and how the brain operates, right? And I also provided testimony on my end. It's a testimony only. How I was, those people, the ladies who were boss for me, are from different religion, different ethnicity, different color, right? Skin color. But how still the same frequency we were working on. Never talked. Means very little bit of talk here and there only. That too only that business ethical standard way of talk. But how that, the teamwork is provided. Right? And I also displayed my errors too, right? People known to me, they still mock me on that. Why on the earth I slept, overslept. Sometimes it happens, my dear fellow mankind. At least I'm saying it as a testimony, isn't it? So though I was working in a consulting mode, people wanted to hire me mode only. People even asked me, are you employee to this company? Or what? Looking at my work, the peers and the other people, But in certain things, when the contracting, they have to get the contract, right? The contract with that workplace and that project, everything has its own processing. So, but then it might go over multi-year contracts also. But then one fine day, if they want to, that contract deal is not happy with whatever this workplace, they'll just have that all the contracting teams will to be gone, right? Even in that mode, I was always the last one to get up, always the last one. I was the last one. So that's all, then you all know it, right? It's all because of the God-given wisdom only. I worked for affordable health care, insurance, right? So there, the entire contracting team was me to go, and I was the last one to go. So one side personal life impacts I was handling with, and the other side I was providing the skills with the God-given wisdom only in the workplace, and that is the only reason, um, you know, that I'll be only working and then call it a day and come back. I talk very less. Otherwise, I like to enjoy, I like to have that nice laughter together with the peers, right? But this is what it is. It's just about this. And at that time alone, I already said, right? One fine day I was working, it was snowing and I was driving, and I was very close to get into the accident with the truck, and that means I would have gone, right? Dead. But today I'm living. But then it was a learning experience. I had to travel all the way from long distance, right? Madison to Milwaukee. It's a long distance, close to an hour. So, based out of traffic like that. So then I'll be doing multitasking. I'll be driving, I'll be concentrating on the road, then I'll be also attending the stand-up meeting. So people will not be even aware that I'm in the desk. I'll be just driving and I'll be attending the stand-up meeting. We're using the Bluetooth after all that, you know. That's how I can even drive. Otherwise, that'll be, more distracting, right? So these are all good experiences for me that I want to display to you all, right? Everybody has their own ups and downs. Certain things I have to work on. I already said, being that workaholic mode, that I have to work on. And then not sitting in the one place for a long time, I have to work on that part. Right? And yes, beyond that, I have to start moving around and like that. That I have to work on that. I know certain things that those are the things that I have to work on. Other than that, when it's coming to a gathering or a reunion or hosting a house party, oh my God, it'll be super fun. I'll be talking out loudest, cooking food, serving food, like that. I love to play board games, like that. So just me, I have different things in my how I operate. So I always stand out in the crowd. You all got it, right? So Kamala-Harris must be the happiest person in the earth because I'm just displaying that she created that error. Right? There should be a supreme children judge job in USA and in all nations. Not even one nation is having that job. So I should be having that job. I should have all the 3 types of civil justice job as one job. I should be the only one civil supreme judge that should guide the entire justice operations. Because I know how to guide in wisdom base. Nobody knows, right? So I proved Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Barrett, they're all prostitutes and garbage and the trash, right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, civil justice always wins, okay? And how much is the time? It is 1 hour 45 minutes, and I will quickly read through this. Civil justice. Victims of abuse, patients, medical, finance aid, compensations, claims process. In the year of summer 2019 to December 2019, I, Vethapriya, PROSE, filed lawsuit against at fault and found guilty USA nation for $50,000 trillion. And that is why domestic violent prostitution, Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris during 2020-2024 of USA created COVID-19 plague with fatal negligence to enforce pain infliction in my brain nerves. As of February 22, 2021, crime count one. At fault prostitute, COVID-19 plague is Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris of USA. Failed in welfare services job and with fatal negligence created COVID-19 plague worldwide and mandated mask worldwide and enforced I, Vethapriya, to wear mask and it is deadliest crime of COVID plague Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris of USA to enforce I, Vethapriya, to wear the mask as mandate and creating emotional torture in my brain nerves. I, Vethapriya, PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge for civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya, PROSE, want Republica prostitute Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris of USA to pay tax-free $500 billion per president times 44 presidents of USA since 17th century will be total of tax-free 225, followed by $50 billion direct deposit to my bank account in next 1 second. And wild endangered species, domestic violent, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and phases of Pope Francis failed in absolute monarch's job. And with deadliest crime of domestic violence, fatal negligence, classified as deadliest venom, poisonous, wild endangered species, for created COVID-19 plague and mandated mask to enforce emotional torture, pain infliction in brain nerves of I, Vethapriya, PROSE. So I want wild endangered species, domestic violent, leprosy patient, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs to sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion per prostitute, absolute monarchs times total absolute monarchs direct deposit or wire transfer to my bank account in next 1 second. So damages to my brain nerves done by prostitute absolute monarchs is classified domestic violence with fatal negligence is proved, and Roman province Jesuits Argov USA in 50 states as a state of Wisconsin, state of Illinois, state of Michigan, state of New York, state of New England, state of Maryland, state of Louisiana, state of Missouri, state of California, state of Oregon must pay separate tax-free $500,000 trillion times 10 states of Jesuits. It's $500,000 trillion, 500 followed by 4 zeros trillion dollars direct deposit to my bank account, domestic violence types, breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, and trespass to land, chattels and types. Okay, and I hope we are all in the same page, right? Yes. Vice President Democrat Vice President Kamala-Harris is at fault and found guilty in all counts of crimes of Vatican, right? So civil justice must be provided rightful way in the front of all nations, in front of entire human kingdom only. So thank you all for your time. Take care, and the time is 1 hour 50 minutes. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, when I have to provide overview, that education alone takes that much time, right? So you all got it. The why I have to provide that much overview for this session is because it's women's club, right? I have to display why the women's club are evil, how became evil. It's because of the Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth, like that. Okay, thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.